Should renters get kicked out, or should the government continue to print money to keep people in their home? There are strong opinions on both sides of this issue. Through the events of 2020, we saw record-breaking unemployment, and in turn, people couldn't pay their rent. So what we put in place was called an eviction moratorium. What is an eviction moratorium? In plain English, it means that renters cannot get kicked out. Is that a good thing? It seems like a good thing. We were going through a global health crisis and people couldn't work. In fact, people were told that they had to stay home. So it seems only fair that people could keep their homes. Now, the government did have programs to help people with their rent, over $46 billion, but only $3 billion actually got through. Can you imagine that? We couldn't get money to the people who needed it. I know a lot of people think that landlords are just fat cats and don't need the money. But as the Brookings Institute showed through a survey in 2016, nearly 1/3 of landlord households are considered low to moderate income. So the reality is, there are landlords who aren't fat cats. They're people just like you and me who decided to put their life savings into a rental property, probably for income in their retirement, and now they can't pay their bills. How are they going to keep their properties? There really aren't any good programs for the landlords themselves. As a property management company spokesman told Yield Pro, there is no assistance available specifically for the property owners. So what will all the economic consequences of this be? Not being able to enforce rental contracts is forcing landlords to sell their properties. This is going to cause shrinking of rental facilities, thus hurting renters. So thanks to eviction moratoriums, landlords are liquidating their homes. And guess who's buying up their properties? Wall Street banks are snapping up family homes in the United States at a rapid pace. The economic consequences of all of this could be tremendous. Many believe we are already in another housing bubble. With Wall Street buying up all these homes and pumping all this money in, this could inflate the bubble even further. You know what they say, all bubbles eventually pop. How would that affect your retirement? Congress just passed $3.5 trillion more dollars. Are all of these programs going to get into the right hands? The warning signs are all there. You have to ask yourself, where will we be in just 5 years from now? What will the economy look like? The reason for gold and silver, and the reason why I'm a big advocate of gold and silver, is not the day-to-day market. It's thinking about where the national debt, global uncertainty, the dollar, the Federal Reserve policies, the policies of Biden and the Democratic administration are going to take us, and where are we going to be in just 5 short years from now? It's time to find out more so that you can make the best decisions for you and your family.
Hi, I'm LaRon DeWinter, Senior Success Agent at Augusta Precious Metals. As I know, a lot of you are wondering, how do I get started putting gold and silver inside my IRA? The process is very easy, which means You are only 3 simple steps away from securing your financial future. Step 1 is to open a new IRA with a custodian that allows you to hold physical gold and silver. The custodian will act as a record keeper to keep you compliant with the IRS. Step 2 is to move funds from your current custodian into your new self-directed IRA. The transfer is a tax-free and penalty-free event. Both of these 2 steps are done with standard paperwork, similar to what you would find at any banking or financial firm. After you set up your account and your funds have transferred, the 3rd step is to place your trade for gold and silver. Which of the products you would like is completely up to you. Once you approve of the portfolio, you confirm your trade and lock in your prices. Your metals are delivered shortly thereafter. If you're interested in opening a new gold IRA and protecting your retirement savings, our agents will guide you through the process and do all the heavy lifting for you.
How much money will you need for retirement? Do you think you have enough? With everything that's going on in the economy, how do you keep your retirement dollars from losing value? I'm Devlin Steele, Director of Education at Augusta Precious Metals, and these are the questions that people are asking. Research shows that most people have not saved enough for retirement. If you're thinking about adding gold and silver, my guess is you're not one of those people. You have saved for retirement, and now you don't want to lose it. Retirement planning has become complicated. You're probably searching for ideas to fortify your retirement. The first complication is Social Security. Most people know that due to the changes in Social Security benefits and the rise in cost of living expenses, that Social Security is not going to support most of us through our retirement. Most question if Social Security is even going to continue due to its extreme underfunding. This is the first complication that could lead us to a national retirement crisis for anyone who is solely dependent on Social Security. Our savings being so critical leads us to the second complication, the performance of the financial markets. You are probably like most retirement savers and have the majority of your retirement in equity-based investments. Now, you've also probably done pretty well over the last decade, especially since 2008, the financial crisis. But what experts are telling us now is that we can't depend on that type of performance going forward. Schwab says economists project GDP will only be 2.3% over the next decade. This affects equities and the value of any market-based retirement investments. Schwab also says many equities are overvalued right now. Many experts are saying the exact same thing, that the market is overvalued. You can see from these 2 major complications, Social Security benefits simply not cutting it, and reduced projected growth in equities, that it's time for retirement savers to take a serious look at their portfolios. For some, a precious metals IRA might be the solution. Precious metals give a different type of growth than traditional assets. That might be the reason why so many institutional managers are looking at adding gold to their portfolios. Since 2001, gold has gone up about 560%. and silver about 430%. Back to where we started. How much money will you need for retirement? This might be the perfect time for you to examine what your retirement investments are in. Look into it and make sure that you're doing everything you can for your own peace of mind. Myself and the education team at Augusta Precious Metals will gladly go through the economy, what might be affecting your retirement, and how gold and silver might be the perfect fit. For more information about what's happening in the economy and how gold and silver play a role, go to Augusta Precious Metals website and sign up for our free guide.